Right here on set is John Kilduff. He is founding partner of Again Capital and a CNBC contributor. And John, it's great to have you back on set. Let's start right there. Why are we going lower?
We're going lower because we've gotten through this, Morgan, and Iran has been shown for what it is, which is really decimated in terms of its any kind of ability to lash out at Israel or anybody else or even any part of the region at this point. They are in hunker down mode. They are in rhetoric only mode. And, thankfully, we don't have to fear their words or their missiles, apparently, at this point.
I mean, you've been covering energy a long time. You've seen a lot of cycles. You've seen the impact that angst and unrest in the Middle East has on the global energy market. Why is this time different? And is this the moment, maybe in part because of U.S. production, where history doesn't repeat itself?
Yeah, I think it's certainly the U.S. production piece of this has really changed the overall equation. I'll tell you, too, though, if you look back into the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, when it was Iran and the oil embargoes and the Arab world and the Middle East aligned a raid against the U.S. and really hating on us, to put it in the vernacular, to they want to be like us now. The Saudis are trying to diversify their economy away from oil, NEOM. They have great aspirations. So do all the other countries in the region. The only ones holding things back were the Iranians. And now they have been put in place, and it's not going to be a situation anymore where interests are all aligned, where the one thing they have in common is hating the great United States. So I think that is what is really different here. And Iran and all its tentacles have really been neutralized here. You've heard about all their proxies in the region being decimated by the Israelis primarily. They don't have Syria anymore. The Iraqis asked the United States to stop the Israelis from flying over Iraq, to show you how bad off they are. So, look, this is a situation where everybody wants a better future. I really believe that this has been an evolution where they've gone from sort of this focus on, their religion and their anti-Western positions to wanting to make money off oil. And they have the perfect president in the United States right now for that very position.
So, which brings us to the other piece that I think maybe has been lost a little bit here in all of the market coverage today, and that is the fact that the president lifted some of the sanctions on Iranian oil that is going to China. So what does that mean in terms of de-risking the Strait of Hormuz? And what does it also mean in terms of trade talks, since we're starting to get to those deadlines, too, and what that could mean for oil prices?
The trade talks are bearish for oil prices to the extent that we're going to go for this back and forth on tariffs. The European Union is readying a slew of new tariffs if they don't cut a deal here, I guess, over the next couple of weeks. So that'll be bearish. The whole tariff thing has been bearish for oil prices because of the potential drag on the economy. As far as President Trump letting go of the easing some of the sanctions, it goes to my point about getting everyone to a place where they're prosperous. Enough of the war, enough of the fighting. You have oil to sell. The Chinese have oil, want to buy that oil. And that's what's aligned. That's the new interest alignment at this point. They're sort of done, I think, with going down these roads of constant battling, constant. The Israelis aren't going anywhere. They're the strongest country now on the block. Yeah. The neighborhood has changed so much. So I really believe that we're watching a transformation, not unlike when the Soviet Union fell back in 1990 or so.